Okay, in this video I want to look at the issue of children with an ambivalent attachment style. An ambivalent attachment style. These are children who, when we look at the strange situation, their mothers leave the room and they are inconsolable, very, very emotional, very, very upset. And when mum returns, continue to be upset, actually, not necessarily calmed by the return of the presence of the carer, which is quite a significant factor. What it comes down to really is that these children have such a need for the proximity maintenance. If we look at the four characteristics of attachment, with the secure base, safe haven, proximity maintenance, and separation distress. If we go through those, they have no real secure base. They don't use the carer as a secure base. They are frightened of leaving the carer. They're frightened that if they stray too far from the carer will disappear, that they will lose them. I've actually heard a child say this: don't go too far because I will lose you. These are the children where carers struggle to go even to the toilet. Child wants to be with them at all times of the day, particularly the more severe cases of the ambivalent attachment. So there's no real use of using the carer as a secure base to go out and explore the world, because they see the world as a frightening place, as a fearful place. So why would you leave the person who is going to take care of you if a tiger comes through the door, or somebody mad axeman comes through into the property? Why would you leave the very person who would protect you? So there's no use of secure base there. Strong use of the carer as a safe haven, inappropriately so, really, too strongly used, because there's fear of venturing from them. As a result, there is strong proximity maintenance required to the carer at all times, and a strong sense of separation distress, over the top sense of separation distress. These children really will have great emotional distress when separated from the carer, and that is because of their programming and their belief that they are losing the person who will protect them, will keep them safe and secure, if they need a place, somebody to protect them. They're not keen on the strangers, when being dropped off at the play school. They need to have established that real strong sense of the people he will care for me and securely protect me. My one person, my one carer who I trust to do that is leaving me. Hence the screams and the upsets. So, they're very needy. They like cuddles, they like touching. When mum or carer returns from that strange situation, where they go out of the room, come back, they continue to cry. They continue to cry because they're not settled. They understand or believe that mum, carer could still go again, in which case the return of mum isn't really significant or sufficient to reduce their need and their distress, because they still see that there might be a negative at the end of this, because mum might leave again. And you'll see this through their lives and through their childhood and through their adolescence and even into being adults, that they have a strong sense of being able to find a negative out of a positive. So if there's a negative to be taken, that for instance, one of the lads that we have in our home, he has contact with father, contact with his sister, separate contact for both of them. On all situations, he's very anxious, he's very nervous about contact. Not because he doesn't want to see father, not because he doesn't want to see his sibling, his sister. He loves them dearly, but what he can see is an end to that meeting that will create an anxiety and bad feelings for him. So he's looking for the negative rather than the positive, actually seeing the family. He's looking for the negative of after they've been, and he can't get over that hurdle. So actually, he would rather cancel the contact with his family than put himself through those negative emotions that he knows he will feel at the end. Looking for a negative from a positive. But when the parent returns, as we saw in the strange situation, the parent returns, they can quite often chide and tell the carer off. Why have you left me? Right? And that stems from their inner belief that they've been left exposed, that this carer has left them, and if there was danger in that time, they would have died. They would have been unprotected. The carer wasn't there to do their duty, and so hence you get that very controlling atmosphere of wanting to make sure they know where the carer is, what the carer is doing, keep the carer close to them at all times. I had one foster child who was very ambivalent in his attachment style, and there was a time when I think I wasn't feeling too well, and during the day I nodded off for 5-10 minutes. You know, I was up all night ill or whatever. Still in the same room, watching the telly or whatever we were doing. He was very cross, very nervous, very anxious at keeping me awake. And I firmly believe that's because he felt that me being asleep at that time of day, when only he was around, meant that he was actually being placed in danger. If somebody had come into the room, if that tiger, that lion had come into the room, that mad axe murderer had come into the room, I wasn't in a position to protect him because I was asleep. And he was very anxious, very, very anxious to keep me awake at all times as much as possible. So, okay, so you've got that side of it. You see that they've got a greater sense of emotions, more openness of emotions, certainly uncontrolled emotions as well. A child with a secure attachment style wouldn't have that depth of emotional need and display to the world about their upset. So there's a need for these children with ambivalent attachment style to be assisted in controlling and containing their emotions. A lot of modelling required by the adult, by the carers around them, to help the child understand how to contain their emotions at these particular times of high anxiety.